And here is a saying that we live by, and we should live by within this community. Use money and love people. Isn't that why admin is opening the door for us to reach out to use our resources to reach out and help people that are in need? We want to be able to use money and love people. Don't love money and use people. And this is why admin brought in the opportunity for you to change your sponsor, because you may feel like your sponsor is using you rather than loving and helping you get to a higher level. We want to be able to do that. Now, there's a system that we should follow when we're prospecting others. And I'm going to go through this real quickly and hopefully it'll help someone. Okay. A lot of times people don't want to prospect or talk to anyone is because we hate rejection. We don't like to be rejected. We don't like anyone to turn us down, or it feels uncomfortable, or it gives us discomfort. But listen to this quote: excellence requires discomfort. This is why most people will not succeed in accomplishing a goal because they're unwilling to pay the price. So you're uncomfortable because you really don't want to pay the price or do something you never done before. But if you pay attention, read the blog, and come to these calls if you can, or listen to any recordings, it will perfect you because excellence will start to develop in you, and this will become second nature to you. Okay, so there's a system we used to use. It's called, it was a school I went to. It's called Fast Start School. And it's to help individuals who are brand new get a very fast start in the industry they're in so that they have success right out the gate. So it is required that we watch a video. So any videos that are necessary for people to watch in regards to SBC, Kringle, they need to watch the video. You also need to review what is called a memory jogger. What is a memory jogger? A memory jogger is where you list down who's your doctor, who's your insurance agent, who did you buy your car from, who's your next door neighbor, what's the name of your coworker, your boss, okay? Who's your friend you play sports with, or basketball, or go bowling with, and so on. That's your memory jogger. That's your memory jogger. Those are your warm market people that you know real well. So you want to write a list of at least 25 names before you start going out there and speaking and get yourself pinned in the corner to try to answer questions you can't answer because you're not ready yet. That's why people drop the ball in this community, because they're putting the cart before the horse. So first you want to get your 25 list of people, get your memory jogger. You want to complete that. Okay, make sure you do that. I got your broker, who repairs your car, who's your carpenter, who's your chiropractor, your contractor, who does the daycare for you, who's your dentist, doctor, who dries your clothes at the dry cleaners, someone who's an entrepreneur, who sold you your furniture, a gym owner. Do you go to the gym? Who owns the gym? Hotel owner. You have a favorite hotel when you go on vacation. If you know them, who's the painter? A print shop, real estate investor, restaurant owner, spa and health club, trucker or operators. Those are things on your memory jogger list to complete this list. Okay. So after you put your memory jogger list, you want to transfer those names to this sheet you're looking at right now, which is called your top prospect list. So let me enlarge this just a little more. I want you guys to, oh, it's at the max. I hope you guys can see this. All right, so let's start on the left side where it says number 1 to 25. You're going to put the person's name. For example, it says John Doe. Then in the next section, it says C/R/A. What does that mean? If you look down at the bottom where it says number 1 prospect, you're going to write down, is that a client? Is that a referral partner? Or an affiliate to join the community? So you're going to put that indication in that box. Then next section, you're going to put their phone number, whether it's international or domestic here in the US. You're going to put their phone number. Then you're going to get their email address. You just don't talk to a person without getting all their information that's required, because it's going to require you to do follow up. Now, the next category where you see 1 through 8, that's in the next section down at the very bottom where it says to profile. If you put an X next to a 1, that means the person is just shopping. Okay. If you put a 2, if you X a 2, that means the person is a business owner. If it's a 3, that means they need an opportunity. If it's a 4, that's good credit. You can skip that because that's not required in this community. 5, you can skip 5 where it says no coverage. 6, if they plan for retirement, if they want to retire, but they need extra cash to put aside for retirement. 7, if they have the funds for the enrollment fee. And 8, if they are the decision maker, because if they are married and they have a spouse and you only talk to the husband, for example, and you finished your presentation and then he lays one on you and says, well, I need to talk to my spouse first before I make a decision. Now you're going to find yourself repeating yourself all over again. So in the beginning, you want to ask, are you married? Are you the decision maker? Or, if you have a spouse, is there any way we can have our initial phone call when both parties are available? Because you only want to do your presentation one time. Okay. Then in the next section where it says industry, you want to put down what industry they're in, because they might have a platform of other people to introduce to this community. Okay. Then in the section to the right, you're going to write down what are the 3 hot buttons. This example for John Doe, he's been in business for 10 years. He needs $75,000 and he has bad credit, for example. Well, you don't want to deal with the credit one, but put down what are his top 3 things that triggered your mind, why you believe he may just be a good candidate to turn on to this community. You want to complete this whole prospect list to the end, 25. Get started on it. If you don't, you already lost. Okay? You want to do that. Now, listen carefully. This call is being recorded, so you're probably going to end up listening to this again. I'm going to go through a role play and then we'll be done. And listen to what you would say to this individual. I want you to erase everything that you used to say before in the past. Because if you're not bringing people in, obviously you've been saying the wrong thing. Okay? So you call the person on the phone. Remember, you want to be very short. You want to keep under 2 minutes. If you're on the phone with them longer than 2 minutes, you lost them. And probably you have not gained their interest. You do not want to get caught up in answering questions. You want to keep it simple. We used to say in the life insurance business, keep it simple, stupid. Okay. So you want to keep it simple all the time. Okay. Now, I'll say, good morning. May I speak to John Doe? And then John Doe says, well, may I ask who's calling? Oh, my name is Carl Dasher. And how are you? Did I catch you at a good time? And he says, well, no. And I'll say, listen, John Doe, I don't want to take up a whole lot of your time, but I'm calling because I'm a part of a private organization that helps individuals secure and expand their possibilities to increase revenue on a monthly basis. Okay. I know that many companies and individuals are having difficult times right now. So I would like to set up a phone call with you and your spouse, if you're married, with one of our, qualified partners or representatives, and see if we might be able to help you, just to determine if you're a candidate for our exciting organization. How does that sound? Good or great? Hope you got that. You wait for an answer. You stop speaking. You wait for an answer. He says, that sounds great. Then you say, can I start with an initial phone introduction to see if you're a good fit for the company? Is that okay? Great. And then you're going to ask, what day and time work best for you? Okay, great. Okay, Will you have a computer with internet access at the time? Good. All right. It'll be helpful if there and there may be some strategies that we like to show you on your computer. And he says, wonderful. And then you say, I'm looking forward to speaking with you again on this day at this time. You have a blessed day. You're done. You got a confirmed appointment to talk to them about, coming to a call to listen to how they can generate income, show them the video, and so on. Okay. So you want to make the introduction. If you have a sponsor, you want to edify your sponsor. Let's say if Mbe, he's an excellent sponsor. You want to edify Mbe on how excellent he is in this community. Man, I'd love for you to meet my sponsor, man. He'll tell you everything about what you have access to and what you can gain by participating in this community. Now, if you're brand new, you want to sit back, listen, and observe the appointment. You want to take notes on what Mbe is saying or whoever your sponsor is. Okay, so remember, make the introduction, edify the trainer, observe the appointment, and listen until you can duplicate yourself and do the presentation the same way that your sponsor does it. All right. So, in closing, this is a saying that I love to ask people that are just sitting back watching everyone else having success. Are you the one, or should we be looking for someone else? That's what my company commander in Navy boot camp said to me when we were in formation. I was standing in the back because it goes by height, and I was one of the shortest guys in the back. He came up to me and looked at me right between my nose where I can smell his breath. And he looked at me and he says, are you the one, or should we be looking for someone else? And I'm saying to myself, is this a trick question? And so I answered, I says, no, sir, I'm the one. He says, okay, I thought so. He says, I want you to go all the way in the front of the company. You are now what is called the right guide. That means everybody follows the march off of your lead, because apparently he liked the way I marched. So everybody, the 67 people in my company, had to follow my lead. That's what he was doing. Not every time when someone asks you a serious question that they're trying to catch you off guard. They're trying to set you up for success. That's what they're doing. So remember, use these, give it a shot. You have nothing to lose. Okay, despite of what's happening in the world, we have to decide to still get to the top of the mountain. That came from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Folks, I hope this training helps you today, and admin will go into the Q&A unless you want to have comment on what I just covered first.
The PDF, can we make that available for
yes.
the members to download?
Thank you for reminding me. Yes. I'm going to send this sheet to your email or to your Telegram. You'll have it, so that way everybody will be able to have access to it. Absolutely.
All right, perfect.
You're welcome. All right, we can go into, let me stop the screen now, and we can go into the Q&A. The rules still apply. Any questions on what we just trained on or what admin covered earlier? Let's try to keep it to a minimum of no more than 2, okay? So, Augustine, go ahead. I just pressed the button to unmute you. Please unmute yourself and state your question, please.
All right, thank you very much. And
You're
greetings,
welcome.
greetings, admin. I just wanted to appreciate the administration, and I also wanted to appreciate you for the concise teaching. And I just want to give, a standing ovation to the administration. He's the way he has been leading the community is from a victory point of view. The administration has done a whole lot of things behind the scene that makes me wow. I don't have a question to ask. And
Okay.
I also want to say that this December promo is going to be the best promo that the community will ever experience. I won't be surprised if our membership gets to 8,000 next month. Because if we are able to do the necessary, I mean, previously it was more than two. You can bring in 4 people, 6 people, and they are all your downlines. But the way it's been designed, you don't need to disturb yourself, just two, and those two should remain active. I mean, it's just wow. Admin, thank you so much. And I am certain that the community, by December, in 6 months from now, we should be looking at our membership base back to over 50,000 by the grace of God. So, and one more thing, Dr. Carl, I really like the way you go about teaching. In fact, you would have been better off as a lecturer. You are so good in teaching, you hit the nail on the head, and then people understand it very well. I appreciate your teaching skills. God bless you.
Well, thank you for the comment, sir. We appreciate you coming in and providing your input and opinions on the call. But thanks for your time. All right, we're going to put his hand down, and we're going to go to. Please forgive me. I want to pronounce your name correctly. Is it OR? Is it OR? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello, Dr. Carl.
Hello.
Good evening, admin.
Good evening.
Yeah, Dr. Carl, you are becoming my mentor, and I want to keep following you up. And what you have said today has really gone with me well. But what I would like you to emphasize also on the quality of the sponsor. If I'm going to call a prospect, and I'm promising the prospect how good my company is, I must have that quality that the prospect, when I meet the prospect, I'll be in position to verify myself to the prospect that yes, indeed, my company I stand for. And when he comes in the company, he's going to have the benefit, the best of what I've told him.
Right.
So
right.
I agree with you.
Right. Now, a lot of times, yeah, we see how a company is prospering, and you see someone who's really an inspiration to you that you would love to have a relationship with. But a lot of times if you see someone in mind, you may want to go to someone else that knows that person too, to get their opinion about that individual before you make a decision and talk to them. I'll give you a perfect example. This is how I met my wife. I met my wife through someone who I know and trust, who know and trust her, and vice versa. She said she didn't want to meet anyone unless it's through someone who she knows and trusts him. And so the youth pastor, I was the associate youth pastor, but the senior youth pastor and his wife were very good friends of mine. And that's how I met my wife. That she was a quality individual. He knew exactly what I was looking for, even though I wasn't looking at the time. Okay. But, it happened. You know what I mean? So you want to go to someone that knows and trusts that individual, and you can hear a good report, because you hear reports from people who go to their job, man, I can't stand my boss. You don't want to talk to that person. You want to stay far away, because nobody on this line majored in drama. Nobody got a degree in drama. Okay. And we don't need any drama in this community. This is supposed to be a safe place, a green zone, and a place of where we are exhorting, inspiring, and encouraging people to excellent works, so that we can fulfill God's mandate for the kingdom and help the people who are less fortunate than we are through outreach, and help our people and help ourselves at the same time. That's what this community is supposed to be about. So the only thing I can tell you is to go ahead and, see if you can find someone that knows that individual, and get a report. Hey, is this a good quality person for me to talk to? If not, tell me why. And then you make your decisions based on that.
Wow, thank you so much. And
right.
if I had not yet married, I would have used your technique to get a new wife. So thank you.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. That's funny. All right then. Hey, you stuck with her now, so treat her like a queen, man. Treat her like a queen, because she
All
is a
right.
queen. All
All
right.
right.
Take care. All right. Let's get him muted, put his hand down. Oops. All right, we have Gina again. But before, since you already asked the question, Gina, I'm gonna unmute the next guy. That's Gospel Edge. Gospel Edge, go ahead and unmute yourself.
All right. Greetings, Dr. Okar. Greetings, admin. Hope you can hear me well.
Greetings.
Yeah, thank you for the teaching. Thank you for what you are doing for the community. I want to appreciate the admin has been doing great. What the program has been, bringing out. That's excellent. Thank you, everybody. I want to say to admin, please, while all these things are coming up,
Hey, you're going in and out. We're getting a bad signal when you speak, Gospel Edge.
back to the community.
Gospel Edge, hold on one second.
Coming back.
Gospel Edge, I had to put you on mute. You got a real bad signal going in and out. So do you have any other devices on so we can get a better quality? I'm going to unmute you again and see if we get better for you. If not, we're going to have to move on because we can't get a full sentence from you on what you're saying. So we want to make sure we're very clear in understanding your question. Go ahead and unmute yourself again. Okay, if you can hear me, unmute yourself.
It might be best for them to just send the Telegram question because it sounds like it's going to be more of a personal question.
Yeah. So Gospel Edge, if you heard what admin just said, just go to the Telegram and state your question. No, still the same way. So just go to Telegram and state your question in Telegram to admin, and he will be able to respond to you. Okay. We're still getting a fluctuating signal from you. Okay. Sorry about that.
All right.
All right.
I am caught up with Telegram. So.
All right. Awesome. You're unmuted.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead. We can hear you. Hello? Gina, are you there? Okay. I don't know what's going on. But Gina, go ahead and do the same thing. Go ahead to Telegram and state your comment or question to admin in Telegram, and then I'm sure he'll respond back to you, okay? All right, I'm going to put you back on mute. Okay, admin, that would be it for the day unless you have any last comments you would like to share. But there was a good call today.
That was a great call. Yeah, the only thing that I want to make a mention of, as I've said at the end of every founders meeting, please check the blog daily. I'm putting as much information in there to let you know what's going on with the community. If you know someone who wanted to participate in this call and didn't get to participate in this call, send them to the blog. Everything that we've discussed in as much detail is there. Even the agent policies and procedures that the Privy Council worked through, they went back through the blog and they were able to pull up exactly what was in alignment with what we've been saying in the blog. So the blog is your best source for information. Your second best source of information is being right here on the call on Mondays and Wednesdays, so that you can get live updates and some really great training. And I really appreciate everything that you're putting forth, Carl. This is all good things, and the intention is for success for our community. And you are probably one of the highest levels of members achieving the success. So everyone has the same ability. Everyone has the same opportunity that you've been able to use for yourself, and you know, you're a shining star for them to look up to and follow your guidance, and that will definitely result in some form of success. The one thing that I want to say for certain is that if you set out to fail, you're going to fail. But if you set out to succeed, it doesn't matter how well you succeed, doesn't matter how much you succeed, you will still somehow succeed. So focus on success, don't focus on failure. And let's see everybody on Monday and watch for those blogs.
All right. We'll do. All right, everyone. We're going to end the call. I'm going to unmute everyone, and we're going to close with this statement. But before we do, I want to mention, if you guys want more in-depth cryptocurrency training, admin had posted it on the blog before in the past. So go through the history of the blog of our 2 classes that we have coming up in 2024, our Cryptology 365 3.0. And also our strategies for living financially free. And the registration is merely just to join the orientation. There's no fee that needs to be paid for the orientation. I want you to listen to it so you can determine if that class is for you, and then we will proceed on the next instructions. Okay, so both of those sessions will take place on February 4th. You got time, but the registration is starting to get filled. Quite a few people are registering for that. Okay, so go to the previous blogs and you'll see it in there to register. I'm going to unmute everyone and say positive attitude changes everything. Positive attitude changes everything.
Positive
attitude changes everything.
Positive attitude changes everything.
Positive attitude changes everything.